9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Discussing everything about the afterlife and spirit world. Coming to you all the way from Ireland, it's Sandie Byrne.
This is Sandie, host of the Life After Life podcast. I want to invite you to become a patron of the podcast. For just €5 per month, you will get ad-free content, video episodes, exclusive events and discounts throughout the year as a thank you for your support. Check out the link to my Patreon page in the description box attached, or go to Patreon and search for Life After Life with Sandie Byrne. Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Life After Life with me, Sandie Byrne. So this is episode number 106 of the podcast, but it's episode number 11 of our summer snippet series, where I'm releasing shorter versions of the podcast twice a week, where I'm answering your questions. So in this episode, I want to answer a question that I get asked a lot, and that is, do I always see spirit around, or can I turn it off? Okay. So the short answer to that is no. The ability to see spirit, or to feel spirit, or feel spirit around us, it's not something that you turn on and turn off. Okay, you either can do it or you can't. If I spoke fluent Italian, it wouldn't be something that I could turn on and off. I would always speak fluent Italian, and it's the same when you communicate with spirit. Okay, you can always do it. The only thing is that you won't always be, I suppose, tuned in. Okay, I won't always be looking for spirit. I won't always be trying to read people's energy. Sometimes I just want to have a conversation, or sometimes I just want to go about my everyday life. Okay, so look, not to compare two things, but I do always liken it to, say, a plumber. Okay, a plumber isn't always looking, to know, is the plumbing, working when they're out and maybe they go to the restroom in a bar or something. Okay, they're not. They're just going about their business. They're enjoying their evening or whatever. And, they don't necessarily want to talk about, people's plumbing in their homes when they're out. And it's the same with mediumship, okay? Yes, okay, while I say it's a job, and, I do enjoy doing it for people, it's not something that I always want to do, okay? I don't always have my tarot cards in my handbag, ready to pull them out if somebody has a question. I'm not always looking for spirit around people. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't always feel spirit or see spirit around people, okay? I do. I just don't always say it. Okay, and I know that sounds maybe very selfish of me, but I suppose over the years I've learned the hard way. Okay, and I'm Irish. I was born, bred and buttered in Ireland. I still live in Ireland. And, Irish people aren't always that open to things. Now, I love 𝐿𝐴 Caputo, the American medium. She's called the Long Island medium. And she has a TV show, and it's all about her going around her daily life and how she connects with spirit, in the dog groomers, in the supermarket, or wherever she is, a restaurant. And I love it, and I love watching it. But it's not something that was, I suppose, doable in Ireland when I was growing up. Okay, people are becoming much more open to it now, but I suppose I've become a lot more closed to it because I've had a lot of negative experience in my life. From me saying to people, oh, there's so-and-so with you, or there's somebody here, or whatever. And, I thought at one stage that I was going to be locked up in a straitjacket and never allowed out. From people's reactions, I had a cup of coffee thrown over me once for telling a lady that there was somebody with her. Okay, so these are all things, everything that we do with regards to life, mediumship, anything, it's all based on our own life experiences. And, being somebody that grew up in Ireland throughout the 80s and the 90s, I didn't have that experience, that positive experience where people were open to being approached. So therefore I learned to, if you like, turn it off or just not engage with the energy that I'm feeling. Whereas if someone says to me, do you feel anybody around me? Then I might tune in with them, and tell them if I feel something. But personally, I've learned the hard way not to do it unless I'm asked. Okay, so it's not that I turn it off necessarily, but yes, I do like my days off. I do like my private life, and also, through negative experiences, I've just learned not to just come out with it and say what I'm picking up from people, because, people don't always have a positive reaction to that kind of information. And I get it, and I don't want to force it on anybody. Not everybody is a believer in life after death. And I'm not here to convince anybody. If somebody wants evidence, I will give it to them, no problem. But I'm not here to prove anything, to I suppose make people believe if they choose not to. That's absolutely fine. Okay, so kind of a long-winded answer, I apologize, but I hope it kind of gives you more of an insight as to how my mind works around things, that I'm not always trying to force people, and it's the same when I get negative comments, on social media. People don't have to watch anything that, I do on YouTube or anything, but it's there if people want to see it. And that's the way I view it. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. I really hope it answers your question. If you have any questions that you want me to answer before the end of the summer snippet series, which will run till the end of August, please either send me an email or comment on my social media or anything. You'll find all the links in the description box attached. Okay, so for now, I'll say goodbye, and I will see you in the next episode of Life After Life. So until then, take care and stay safe.
Discussing everything.